Yo, 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 what up, YouTube? Check it out. About to get ready to do a little live trading session. I might not take no trades for real today. I'm just using a practice account. Today seemed like one of those days. Well, it's probably best I just go light, take it easy. I already made a pretty decent amount of money on my Express Funded account after losing some bread yesterday. Well, really, I made money because I made a pretty smart trader decision to not overtrade today and take my time with this account and really build it up. So on the funded accounts, looking pretty decent. I really just need one more day in profit to request a payout on one of my Express Funded accounts, and the other one I just got it yesterday. So I'm in profit 1200. And I kind of just want to take my time and just, see if I could get that fifth day in profit. See what the market give me, man. Like, I ain't really trying to force it. I'm just gonna take my time, be patient. The main indicators that I'm currently using right now is obviously the moving average price, the VWAP. Not using any fair value gaps. I already used the ORB method to mark up the pre-market highs, the pre-market lows, the highs of the first 15 minutes, and the lows of the first 15 minutes. So really just trailing, or really just following what the price action doing right now. And I'm pretty much right about the trend. The trend is the uptrend. So I think it should continue to the upside today. So I'm looking for longs. Don't really know if I'm going to jump in like right here. Well, I'm not going to say I don't know, but I would say I'm not finna try to jump in like right here. I'm going to just chill, be patient, wait for the right time. Wait for the right confluences. It's the toughest part of the market. It's just feeling like, damn, is this the sign? Is this the right time to enter? But I ain't tripping. Looking like price moving real slow right now. Not a lot of volume for 930. Any tip on not blowing accounts? Uh, Chris G. The best advice that I could give you on not blowing no accounts is to actually have good risk management. Risk management means you know exactly how much money you care about losing. So if you don't want to lose $500, then don't risk $500. If you don't want to lose $1,000, don't risk $1,000. Also, don't FOMO into trades. FOMO means feeling the missing out. Don't FOMO into trades. Make sure that you keep your risk management low. Make sure that you actually have like a good entry point for a trade instead of just like taking trades just to be taking trades. And then also another thing, know when you won. If you make a trade that plays out in your favor and you might not necessarily make TP, you might not hit TP, whatever your take profit is, but let's say you made an extra $300. That's $300 that you didn't have before. Don't risk that $300 today. Take that $300, be happy that you made it, come back tomorrow, because you might make 300 today and you might make 3,000 tomorrow. So that's my tip on not blowing accounts. Something else that you probably should have is patience. I would say that's the only reason why people blow their accounts, including myself, is just not having patience. I got videos on YouTube telling you how to pass Top Step 50K combine accounts in 2 days. That's not patience, but it's doable. It's very doable, and I've done it multiple times. But patience is how you actually beat blowing accounts. You know, every strategy works. It's just patience. It's you using the strategy that doesn't work. And 9 times out of 10, the main thing that people aren't doing is being patient. So I hope that helps, Chris. I think my problem is revenge trading. How many trades you take? All right, that's a part of risk management, bro. So, Chris, when it comes to risk management, I would say you got to have a system in place. That's kind of what I'm working on, building like a system, but I feel like that's kind of gimmicky. Some people might think I'm trying to like just sell a course or whatever, but the truth is, if you got a system in place, you won't overtrade. Let's say if you got a limit of let's say your loss limit as far as like what you really willing to lose, like let's say it's $500. All right, that might be like your daily loss limit. If you want to take 2 trades or more than 1 trade per day, I would say you would have to change your stop loss. You got a daily loss limit of 500, so your stop loss shouldn't be 500. Your stop loss could be 250. So that way you could take 2 trades. So if you lose a trade, all right, I'm going to take 1 more trade today. And if I lose, then I'm at 500. So you got to have like more of an idea of what you willing to lose too if it don't work out. So if you keep blowing accounts, then that means that you risking too much and you trading too much. Me personally, I wouldn't tell you to base your strategy of trading around man, but I would say I don't really try to take more than 2 trades per day. I try to be as patient as I can. I take trades on my practice account like I'm doing right now just to give me that confidence like, okay, I know what I'm doing right now. I know what I'm doing today. I know where the market is trying to go today. So I basically just trade the momentum of where the market is going. So I don't got no choice but to be patient and wait for setups like this and wait for a trade to actually play out. You know what I'm saying? But with you, I would say I wouldn't take more trades per day than my stop loss, my daily loss limit can handle. So ask yourself, what's my daily loss limit? If you playing with Top Step and you got these 50K accounts, you really only got $2,000 worth of drawdown. So you got to make sure that you actually like risking like within that range of loss. Why would you be risking $500 per trade? If I was you, I would probably like change my stop loss. That's something that I'll do. My stop loss is 250 on Top Step because I'm not finna lose 500. You know, 500. You go through that. You will go through your account quicker losing 500 than you would losing 250. So that's my advice on that. Just make sure that you're not risking too much. You're not over risking. How much do you risk per day on your trades if you keep track of that? How do I post a link? Do you have Discord? Yeah, I got a Discord, bro. Hold on. Let me try to get the link for you. I'm still building a Discord up, so but it's finna be up and running and fully operational real soon. Just give me some time, bro. Hold on. I'll definitely go live in the Discord too, so you could definitely ask more questions there. All right, I just dropped the link to the Discord. Make sure you sign up, show some support. It's currently free. I will have like a paid section so you could do like one-on-one calls and I could help you with your trading strategy and all of that good stuff, bro. So just tap in with me and I'm gonna try to help you get right. I already helped somebody make a little bit of money this week too, so they up on their accounts. So just make sure that you tap in, bro. All right, y'all. So I'm gonna explain a little bit like the methods that I use. I always kind of break it down in my trading videos Cause I don't want y'all to think I'm trying to sell you like a course or nothing like that. I will work on a course to just show you how I trade. But personally, I always mark up the pre-market lows, meaning the lowest point that price hits in pre-market, and I always mark up the pre-market highs, which is the highest price that the market hits in pre-market. And then I use what's called the ORB method. The opening range breakout method is when you wait the first 15 minutes of the market to, play out and show you a little bit of price action, and you mark up the lows of that 15 minutes and you mark up the highs of that 15 minutes. So this is what I did. I marked it up already on the charts. And once that 15 minutes played out, it basically just told me the direction that the candles was going to go in. It just hit my TP, I think. All right, so I waited for the first 15 minutes to play out, and it was pretty much these three candles. It kind of gave me like a direction that price was going to continue. It was going to have a continuation of going in an uptrend. And I basically just jumped in like right here. And I pretty much rode the wave of that trade up to the current price. And my profit was not 3,000. I made like 1,300 today. Don't pay attention to the number of trades I took because I was trading yesterday too. During the Asian session, I think, last night. But just make sure that Chris, when you tap into the Discord, just read the modules. You're gonna see the one that says free calls Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So I'm gonna jump on a live tomorrow. I normally turn on the live about like 8:30, 9 o'clock. But if you sign up for the Discord, you will get the notification that I'm going live, and we could talk there. Cause I see that you need more like info, need a little bit more help, a little bit more reassurance, or at least you kind of want to pick my brain and kind of get like your inquiry or whatever taken care of. But like, yeah, just tap in with me on the Discord, and I'll be glad to help you, bro. But let me see. So currently, man, I'm really just trying to like be patient, wait for a decent little entry point, and potentially get like my 5th profitable day so that I could get this payout. But if I don't see any good trades or anything that I like, I'm probably gonna like, hang it up or whatever for the day. But yeah, on Discord, you can either just hit me up in the chat, send me a personal message, or wait till I go live, and then you can hit me up there. And for the people watching the live, if y'all wanted to take any trades today, my bias is longs, taking buys. The market is so far in the uptrend. Of course, it could always reverse and have a breaking structure. But this chart right here is pretty clear on the direction, what the trend is. And it's really just not a lot of volume right now, which could be a good thing. That ain't really a bad thing. It just means that the trade will play out a lot slower. If you watching and you got anything out of this, make sure that you hit that like button. And another thing, this ain't no political channel at all, but like if you've been paying attention to the news recently, it was talking about how Trump kind of backtracked his talk with the tariffs and all of that type of stuff. So from what I'm expecting from that is, anything could happen. He could say anything, and the markets could, plummet or go up or whatever. But I personally think that that's gonna be like a catalyst, to keep this continuation going to the uptrend, because that's like a real big deal. That's what pretty much sent the market into a free fall, particularly like with, the stuff with China and all of that stuff. But right now, I feel like it's gonna continue to the upside. I don't really got like no real like strong technical analysis or nothing like that I could give you. It's gonna have like a little pullback. It's gonna have a little bit of a downtrend right now, and then I feel like it's gonna continue in that direction. But I just don't know exactly when. We got to see what the price of the dollar index is doing. I probably shouldn't be giving out a lot of my secrets free or whatever, but you kind of gotta like pay attention to the U.S. dollar if you're gonna trade Nasdaq or US 30 or the S&P 500. Probably ain't like a big secret. A lot of people probably know about that, but you kind of gotta just pay attention to what the dollar doing, because sometimes it's a strong confluence and it correlates kinda. It ain't always reliable. But like I said, I feel like the price gonna continue to the upside. So if anybody wanted to take any trades today, like longs, is the way to go, in my opinion, at least for right now. Price still moving in the to the uptrend. Hopefully, if y'all following my trades, hopefully you in profit right now. This just a practice account, but it looked like I was right about the direction that it's gonna continue to the uptrend. I changed this bar to green because now it's a level of support. Chris, most of the times, how many contracts do you open? I would say it really just depend on like where my account balance is. If I got like how can I put it? If I got like a drawdown, I'm really only gonna risk one contract. Sometimes I could do two contracts, but realistically, I normally just do one contract. The only reason why I would say do more than one contract is if you think it's gonna be a short move and you kind of confident that the price gonna go in that direction. Two contracts mean like you lose money faster too. You can make money faster, but if you wrong about the trade, it's gonna hit your stop loss pretty quickly. Especially like I said earlier when I said my stop loss is 250. So you gotta think about it like this. If I'm right about the trade and I got two contracts and I got a tight stop loss, I could be setting myself up for failure because it could hit my stop loss and then go in the direction that I thought it was gonna go in. So you gotta think about it like that, bro. Like that goes with risk management, you know? One contract is really all you need. The only reason why I would do like let's say 2 or 3 contracts is if I'm playing with like 100K account or 150K account. And you know, with those accounts, you need a larger profit target. So it's necessary to do more than one contract. Hopefully somebody taking advantage of me giving out this trade, man. Like it's finna hit my TP eventually. Like I said, the market is in a clear uptrend, and right now I'm really just trying to find a good entry point. This probably would have been a good entry point right here when it hit this level of support. But at the end of the day, though, I don't really like just rushing into trades. It's up $600 right now. If this hit my TP, this would be like the second trade that I was right about. I kind of want to get one on camera, but I might have to slide real quick, run an errand. Let's see if this hit TP. Yeah, this looking like it's probably gonna end up hitting the TP. Another little bit of advice when you got a trade like this that's in profit, make sure that y'all actually using y'all break even. Chris, if you still watching, that's another thing. Make sure that you actually put your stop loss at zero so that you can save them accounts and keep from blowing them. All right, Chris, for sure, bro. Another thing though about that stop loss, like I said earlier, sometimes you gotta have a daily loss limit in mind, and then have a loss limit for each individual trade. So the reason why you will move your stop loss at break even is so that you could kind of like reserve having two trades a day to take. If that don't make sense to you, I'll explain it. All right, so personally, when a trade hit my break even, like if my stop loss is zero and I didn't lose anything other than the fees, because you know Top Step will take some fees out of your account. So when you hit break even, I consider that a no trade. That's just me. Now it's a personal preference. So if a trade hit your stop loss, you could consider that to be one of your trades for the day if you want to have two trades. But I personally don't because I didn't lose anything. You know what I'm saying? So I could still take two trades if a trade hit my break even because I didn't lose nothing. So sometimes a trade might hit my stop loss when it's at break even, and then it goes in the direction that I thought it was gonna go into. That actually happens to me quite a bit. It's something that you will have to get used to, but I'm just letting you know ahead of time. Don't let that make you FOMO into a trade either. If you got your stop loss at break even, let's say the price come down and it wick and hit break even right here, and then it just shoot up, and then it go in that direction that you thought it was gonna go into. Don't jump into the trade, you know, when you see it's at the top or the highest price, just because you was right about it. Sometimes that's the frustration that we go through. You're right about a trade. You just entered it at the wrong time, or the market took you out of the trade, and then you trying to catch up, and then you FOMO into the trade, and then it reverse, and then it hits your stop loss, and now you lost money and you missed the trade. You know what I'm saying? I've seen that happen. It happened to me before. It happens to a lot of people. It happens to the best of us. But the best way to avoid that is with the tips I gave earlier. Like, don't FOMO into a trade, manage your risk, have your daily goal, walk away with that profit. Or if you take that ill, walk away with that ill. Don't make it a bigger ill, because you could come back tomorrow and make it up. Like I said, for example, when I first started the live, I probably made like $2,500 on one of my Express Funded accounts before I went live on YouTube. And it made up for a loss that I had yesterday, which was a pretty big loss. I shouldn't have had that loss yesterday. I was being like greedy. I was chasing money and all of that, which I made a good profit yesterday, but then I ended up losing some of that profit. And then I ended up losing most of the profit on that particular Express Funded account. I didn't keep trading. I didn't keep making a hole bigger than it already was. I said, all right, I'm gonna wait till tomorrow. So I woke up today, took the trade that I took, and I made 2,500, and it wiped out that loss, and it put me in profit. So if you watch a lot of day trading videos, you're gonna hear a lot of people talk about trader psychology because this shit is true. It's really that important. You gotta know when to walk away from the market too. You gotta know, like, sometimes the best trades is the trades that you don't take, because you save your account to wake up tomorrow to a trade that you might actually, like, have a better gauge of where it's gonna go or whatever. In conclusion, no FOMO, 2 trades, good risk management, patience, take the trades and leave, set daily loss limit. Yes, Chris, you got it down pat. That's not like everything, but that's like the answer to your individual questions and your individual problems. But I kind of want to work on like making like a little system and putting out videos, like, explaining it. I know it's like a million YouTubers that do those type of videos and how to's and all of that type of stuff. But I guess for like the people that's following me and in my community, I should do that for y'all too, so that y'all can always go back to it and you can always rewatch the videos and you can always have that knowledge. So that's something that I'm definitely gonna work on. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it all this week, of course, but it's definitely something I'm gonna work on. But you could watch the other videos that I got on my channel and try to get something from them videos too, because I always say like similar stuff or things that relate to traders that they can actually use. But risk management is like one of the most important things. Risk management, trader psychology, knowing when to walk away, and just having a plan and a system. All that stuff go together and you will be profitable. And like, I don't want to say instantly. I don't want to sell you no dream, because I don't know you or know your trading style or what you trade or what methods you use. But you could literally turn profitable in like that month that you start implementing all of that stuff. It might sound like a lot, but I'll promise you it's really not a lot. It's simple. Once you sitting in front of these charts and you let the nerves go away, meaning you ain't anxious, your heart ain't beating fast, you ain't looking at the market like I gotta get paid today. Because that's what make you FOMO when you desperate and you need that money. Like you telling yourself, man, this trade gotta work out. Sometimes that'll force you to jump into trades that ain't really like there, if that makes sense. And like I said earlier, I was trying to wait till this trade played out. I moved my take profit just for the sake of this live video. But you see how this trade played out and it hit my TP, which was 1,000. I would be out of this trade right now. This is what I basically try to teach people is like, be patient, follow the trend, use your indicators, use your ORB method, because it works. Like, look, I'm up $1,000 right now, 1,100. And it's all off the strategy that I use. I'm not no guru or none of that type of stuff, bro. I'm just a regular person just like you. So none of the trading stuff is like hard to really get, bro. I didn't go to school for this. I didn't go to college. I didn't do none of that. I went to YouTube University and it was cool, but I had to join trading groups to kind of get the hang of it and hang around real traders. So that's what I'm trying to build in my Discord. I want to build a community and everybody could come in and, learn from each other. You don't really necessarily just got to learn from me. And, you could, make homies, make friends and all of that stuff in Accord. And y'all could, like, have y'all own motion going on, not just relying on me and my bias, toward the market or whatever, or my trading style. But, like, this trade played out perfectly. It worked out kind of how I thought it would. like I said, this green bar was an area of resistance. But once I saw price push through and it was a breakout, it became support. So I changed it to green. And I knew, like, price was going to continue to the uptrend. It just continued to the upside. So hopefully somebody, you know what I'm saying, either learned something or maybe you might have, like, took the trade too. I don't know. I ain't trying to, like, force nobody to take none of my trades off of this live, but I'm really just trying to showcase y'all this stuff work. I know it's just a practice account, but like I said, I just showed y'all, like, my actual funded account. I made that 1,200, so I'm in profit. All I need is 4 more days, which for me personally, I don't want to, like, do too much. But once I get that 4 more days, it's lit. I'm finna get more accounts, more Top Step accounts, Take Profit Trader, and it's another prop firm that I kind of want to test out. I haven't found out much about it just yet. It's called Top One Futures. They prices look a little crazy, but they got instant funded accounts. So I'm curious to see, like, like how that would actually work out, having an instant funded account, meaning you could get funded today. And if you make profits today, I guess you could make withdrawals today. But they do got, like, 1-step accounts. So I guess these, like, the combine accounts or whatever. And then you could look into that, for yourself. But I'm going to see, like, how Top One Futures work out. But that'd be a cool, video for the future. Maybe breaking down, like, brokers and all of that type of stuff. But the trade just hit my, oh, I thought it hit my TP. All right, so this trade finna hit my TP at 1,500, y'all. So, if y'all want to join the Discord, man, join the Discord. Click that link. It's in the chat. I'm going to put it in the description of the video, too. But you could join the Discord. I can show y'all how y'all can make $1,500 per day trading. So, I'm finna get ready to, it hit my TP. I'm finna get ready to bust this little move, run these little errands. Hopefully y'all learn something. Join the Discord. You can ask me all the questions that you want. I promise you I'm going to get to you in a timely manner. Y'all be smooth. Y'all enjoy y'all day. 1.